Hi, my name is Marie and I turned 29 around the end of last year. And it was around that time that I decided that I wanted to start making YouTube videos again. So about 4 months later, here we are. This is my first video, as you might be able to tell. And I thought, why not use this opportunity to tell you about why I decided to start making YouTube videos again. Oh, and also I just got back from visiting my mom in France, and the area where she lives is really beautiful, so I took a lot of videos there and I thought I'm just gonna intersperse them with this clip of me talking so you don't get bored. So when I turned 29, I realized that this was the last year of my 20s, and while I don't think that turning 30 is really a big deal, it still kind of got me thinking more seriously about my life and what I was doing, what I had accomplished in the last 10 years, and also what I didn't do and still wanted to do. The main thing that I realized was that I wanted to live more intentionally, and so I made a list of all the things that I wanted to do and that I wanted to learn, and I kind of went back to the past and looked at all the things that I wanted to do when I was younger. And so I started taking singing lessons and I started taking dance classes, and I also used to make YouTube videos from when I was around 12 to 13 until I was 16, and kids from my school found out, and so I immediately deleted my channel out of fear of getting bullied. I made a few videos here and there in between, but I never really started again. I recently saw a reel where the audio said something along the lines of, your 30s are for doing the things that you loved doing when you were 13, but without all the fear and shame. And I felt that, but I also think I don't need to wait until I'm 30, I can just do it now. You might be wondering why I didn't do all these things sooner, and I think the reason for that is I had a lot of fear, but I started going to therapy, I think it was in the summer of last year. That really helped. And I also realized some pretty big things in the past year. I'm a student right now. I'm studying psychology, and to be honest, I've been studying since 2020, but I wasn't really taking it that seriously because I started my own business at the beginning of 2021, and so I was kind of busy with that, and studying was never really my priority. I kind of just did it because I didn't have anything else to do during COVID. But then last year I realized that I'd been studying for 3 years and I was really behind, and I thought about what I wanted to do and whether I wanted to continue or just quit, and I realized that I wanted to stick to it and see it through. And so I pushed myself really hard and I went full hermit mode, and I think I did more than 90 credits in those last 2 semesters, and doing that taught me 3 important things. The first one is I do not want to be a scientist. I kind of already knew that. The academic life is not for me. I don't work that way, but I'm still glad that I had that experience. It was fun and it taught me a lot. And it's also good to know the things that you don't want. That's like the first step to getting where you want to be. The second thing I realized, which I also kind of already knew, is that I do not want to be a therapist. I've been working as a life coach for the last 3 years, but I thought, oh, maybe I'll actually go and do therapy and move into a more clinical setting, but no, it's not for me. I'm too sensitive for that. But still, I'm really grateful for everything that I learned so far. And the third, and I think most important thing I learned, is that I can do hard things when I put my mind to it and commit and work really hard on them. And I can do that even for things that are challenging and for things that I don't necessarily enjoy. And that was such an important lesson for me, and I think maybe for some of you, if there's anybody watching this, it might be an obvious thing, but for me, it really wasn't. I never really learned the value of working hard and then getting somewhere. I think it's because I was diagnosed as a gifted kid pretty early on, when I was like 5 or 6 years old. They probably should have diagnosed me with ADHD, but they didn't. So for a while I went to a special class for gifted kids. And with time, I really became an underachiever, and I think it's because some things like writing and learning languages came to me really easily. I just sort of developed this misconception that there's just some things that I'm good at, but then for other things where I had to work hard, I just thought these things must not be for me, I'm just not good at them, and so they're not my thing, even though I really wanted to do them. Growing up, I never really had the experience of wanting to learn something and then sticking with it and then slowly getting better at it to the point where I actually got good. I didn't even know that was possible, so I never developed the patience to try and do that. When I was about 12, I saw the movie Step Up and I really liked that, and so I wanted to learn how to dance. I went to a dance class. Obviously, I sucked at it because I'd never done it before. I couldn't remember the steps, I couldn't do the moves right, and I was comparing myself to the other kids in the class who knows how long they'd been taking that course and how long it took them to get there. But in my mind, I was just like, oh well, they must just be talented at that and I'm not, so let me just quit because obviously I suck at this. And so I never went back. I just didn't know the value of sucking at something and going through that hard process, and I didn't realize that it would get easier with time because I never learned that. It's kind of late, I know, but I've just learned that, and so I started doing these things, and my first dance classes sucked. To be honest, I still suck. Same with singing, I get so incredibly nervous, but I also notice like little bits and pieces of progress, and it's so satisfying, and I'm so glad that I broke through that false belief of thinking that you're either talented at something or it's not for you, because I was limiting myself so much. I saw this video of Ed Sheeran where he talked about exactly this topic.
When people say artists are born with talent, you're not. You have to really learn and really practice. This is me playing guitar and singing. I'm going to put it into my mic like this. It's okay, so it's alright, so he has it strong. Hold me. I'm addicted to you. And then. But I'm
Oh! He's really good at singing, and I would have thought, oh yeah, that's talent, but when you watch that video, you realize, no, he used to suck as well. That really shifted something for me. Maybe it'll shift something for you as well. I don't know where I'll get with dancing and singing or with YouTube, but it doesn't really matter. It's not about getting anywhere. It's just about that I realized that I love doing these things, and so I have to do them just for myself. I'm also really used to sharing things on the internet. I've been doing Instagram for quite a long time, but to be honest, I don't really like it that much anymore. I just notice how the short form content is frying my dopamine circuits, and I don't really want to contribute to that. I personally prefer watching YouTube videos, and I just think it's time for a different format for me. I wish I documented things more and made videos in the past years, because I did really cool things in my 20s, but it's not too late. So I plan on doing that now. I have no idea where this will go, but for now I've decided that I will post at least one video per month for the next year. So if you're watching this, you get to hold me accountable. But even if nobody watches this, I'm just doing this for myself and for that little girl that was too afraid to continue making videos, and also because I have some really fun plans for the next months and years, and I just want to document them to have something I can look back on. Anyway, that's it for me. If you watched until now, then thank you for watching. If you liked this video, feel free to leave a like. If you want to follow me on this journey, feel free to subscribe. I'm sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next video.